We're speaking with Mark Henderson, Deputy Chairman, Gieves Hawkes, and Chairman of the Savile Row Bespoke Association, about the English suit, about the design process at Gieves Hawkes, and about the future of Savile Row, among other things. How does a suit come into being at Gieves Hawkes? What is the design process like?
Well, everyone's made for the customer. So the beautiful thing about bespoke is that we get to know the customer, we can cover their imperfections, or we can accentuate the beautiful things about them. And the process is that the customer comes in, meets a salesman, and we'll talk about what he wants and what weight of cloth is suitable and so on. Then he'll meet the cutter, and the cutter will measure him up. And in fact, our head cutter is a woman, Catherine Sargent, and she will measure him up and then go and make a paper pattern and from the paper pattern cut a rough garment for him, and he'll then come back in and have a fitting. So it's like a toile when you're making a couture dress for a woman. Mm-hmm. He'll have a first fitting. It will have no lining. It will have no buttons and so on. And it's not about whether it fits perfectly. It's about whether it's comfortable. And so he'll be able to just wriggle his arms and so on. And if he feels comfortable, she'll ask him questions like, how many pockets do you want? Do you keep your pen in your left-hand pocket or your right-hand pocket? And so on. And then she'll go on to cut the rest of the garment, select the buttons, the details, and so on. It's then bundled up. And then we have a system whereby we have one maker for the coat and one maker for the trouser. And we have all of this happens in the area below the shop at number 1 Savile Row. And then the customer comes back for a semi-finished garment, and then it's finally finished for him.
So who would you describe as the typical Gieves Hawkes man?
Well, London is I think London really is the luxury capital of the world now. Mm-hmm. Everybody comes to London, whether you're Russian, Chinese, Indian, whether you're a businessman. We have captains of industry, we have politicians, many people. We have 3 royal warrants. Many people come to us. So I wouldn't say there was a typical customer. They're citizens of the world. They're people who know what they like. And people, in some respects, in some cases, where you've got somebody perhaps coming from India, it's almost like a pilgrimage. They're coming to Savile Row to get something that's specially made for them. But certainly, it's a fascinating collection of people, and I think they are concerned about the way they look. And they have the disposable income to make sure that they look as good as a man can look.